Wait for my signal and take the security down.
For whatever it's worth, Sam, I am so sorry for everything.
I thought we were in a hurry.
Right. We need to get you close to Reed, and we need to do it in a way that doesn't make him double-tap the president immediately.
Got any ideas?
One. But it's gonna hurt.
Just do what you have to do.
I always do, Sam. I always do. Tom? I've got Fisher. I'm bringing him in. Don't do anything drastic until I get there. Sorry, Sam. You're going to the Oval Office. You've got to dress properly for the occasion. Hands? You comfortable?
Fuck.
Get up. You've got an appointment with the president.
All those years you were lying to me.
It was for the greater good, Sam. And I would do it again in a heartbeat, for the same reasons.
Guess I never did know you.
No, you didn't. And you still don't.
I was wondering when you were gonna get here. Nice work, Anna. I see you got some payback in for the stun he pulled at the airfield.
Well, he put up a little bit of a fight.
Of course he did. And now he's here, the famous Sam Fisher, just in time to be useful. So how does it feel, Sam? Knowing you're gonna go down in history as the man who assassinated President Caldwell.
Fuck you, Reed.
Of course, we'll be just a little too late to rescue her. And you'll be shot multiple times trying to escape. It's classic, but it's clean.
You don't honestly believe that this is gonna work. The surveillance cameras footage is gonna show.
Your cameras, we own them. Your security measures, we made sure the Pulse fried them. We're third echelon, Madam President. We own every bit of information that goes through this town. And if I want to, I can make it look like you were assassinated by 2 circus clowns and a golden retriever. So shut up, and you might live a few seconds longer.
That's not third echelon.
It's not Lambert's third echelon. Last time I checked, he was dead. And guess what? Third echelon nearly died with him.
Tom.
You see, the president decided the agency wasn't justifying its funding anymore. She was gonna shut us down, leave America vulnerable to the sort of attacks you spent so many years...
Madam President, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Son of a...
That was a close
You've got
call.
maybe 2 minutes before the army takes back the White House. Make them useful. How did Megiddo get to you?
You don't want to know about Megiddo, you want to know about your daughter.
You don't get to talk about my daughter.
Still don't get it, do you? Sarah didn't matter. Threatening her was just a way to get to you. And leveraging you was a way to get to third echelon. And third echelon, that was a way to get what they wanted out of the White House.
You're the mole. You're the one Lambert was worried about.
Very good, Sam. You finally see.
You son of a bitch! You cost me 3 years of my life. 3 years when I thought my daughter was dead.
Move! Move! Drop your weapon on the floor now!
Captain, thank you for rescuing me. Now, I don't see anyone else here but us, and I'm sure you don't either.
Oh, man. Let's get you out of here.
Thank you.
Oval Office is secure. We have the President. POTUS is safe and secure.
Are you gonna testify at my trial? I could use a good character witness.
You already had your trial.
You didn't have to do that.
I disagree.
There was a time where you wouldn't have said that.
Things change, Sam.
Yeah, things change. Remember what you told me, Anna? When this was over, everybody walks. I'm walking.
You can't. There's too much left to do.
Ask Lambert. I've done too much already.
Sam, please. I don't know who else I can trust.
Trust? Funny you should say that. Goodbye, Grim.
I've talked to Sam once since he left. He told me that he and Sarah were gonna take some time to catch up. He talked about learning who was really important to you, why you always had to come back for him. He talked about family. And you know what the last thing he said to me was, just before he hung up? Vic, he said, "Thanks for everything. I love you like a brother." Brother, that's family, right? Yeah. I thought so.
Well, guys, that's it. That's the end. The end of a pretty damn good game, actually. I don't know what you thought of it, but I certainly had a pretty good time plowing through it, and I hope you enjoyed watching me. I also hope you don't mind me putting the follow-up here, but if you do, you can always just, you know, shut the hell up and hit the mute button and watch your text scroll by mindlessly. There's a small vocal skit coming up between Sam and Mint, so stick around for that. I should put an annotation in here somewhere so you can skip to it. I know I had a lot of screw-ups as, well, this was a blind playthrough and I never really did get used to the controls, but I still enjoyed it a lot. I probably could have edited out a lot of those deaths, but, well, sifting through like 5 hours of footage on a Sony Vegas timeline is a little mind-numbing, especially when you're on a time frame of around 2 hours. I had more than enough of going through the timeline nonsense just by having to go to each and every one of the little fraps clips and setting the aspect ratios individually because I have no clue how to do it in multiple at a time. This was my very first playthrough of a game for YouTube, and it will probably be my last until next year, after which I will begin doing a lot more. So if you have any requests, make them now so I can take note of them for next year. It will be first come, first serve, and whether or not I am able to do that particular game. I have decided not to make this particular game a let's play, mostly due to the fact that I personally think I have a tad grating personality and or voice, and I don't really know how well my humor would be received here. I have sort of a cynical and sarcastic sense of humor, so I know that kind of offends some people. It's probably something I'll end up trying at some point, simply due to the fact that I do want to try it, but it'll end up being a hit or miss type of deal depending on what you guys like. So yeah, the game, it was pretty good. I'm a bit of a sucker for the more cinematic games recently. If it's not a retro game, it's in full 3D, I definitely like the more movie-like ones when they actually tell a good story. But that's only when it's like done right, you know, when the cinema is complementing the game, not the other way around. I do like some game with my cinema, okay, thanks. The voice acting was really good, and the game mechanics played out really well, which is extremely important. There's no point of it being a game if it's not a good game, and it's just a movie. And the story that was there was actually really well written, and I liked the return to Third Echelon. It felt really familiar. But the story kind of feels more like an introduction to me than a full story. I don't quite understand why I get that feeling, but it's probably because it's a series reboot, and I'm assuming there's going to be several sequels. The graphics here are all very well done, and everything seemed really well polished. I didn't hit a single glitch, which is really refreshing compared to most of the games recently. I'm looking at you, Fallout New Vegas.